Alright guys, Love Agency Scams here with another video. And as you can see, I'm just browsing through the chat option here in LADA. As you can see, there's chat requests on this side of the window, and I just counted about 15 chat requests in about 5 minutes that I've been online. So for this video, I would like to, or I just wanted to make like a little bit of counting here, the amount of profiles, Alright, I would actually like to compare the amount of girls here online and the ones actually writing to me and giving me chat requests. So if you see here, there's more than 100 online ladies, as it states on this side. So there's 7, let's see here, 10, 13, 16. Okay, so you see here, there's 18 pages of actually 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 girls. Is that it? No. 11, 13. So it's 18 times 11. Oh, sorry. Let's check here real quick. 18 times 13. About 134 girls that are online actually here. And you can do the math. If we go to the actual site, hold on. Okay, so we go to this page, and let's see here. You see there's 20 profiles on each page. So it's 5, 10, 15, and 20. And if we press this button, it'll show you the last page. So it's 22. The last immediate available number is 22. This one looks interesting. Let's check her out. And $34. So I think there's a problem here, as the math is not the one. That's not the correct one. So just 680 profiles. So another one interesting I found, and there's literally dozens or hundreds of beautiful girls here, and we'll just take it to the max. Okay, so all and search. So the first page would be online ladies. So it'll show us, this one's cute, and go to the bottom again and again. 14. 137, and I think we're reaching the end of the line. 145. So this I did last time. In a previous video I did the math. So I mean there are just 3 rows here, not the complete amount, so we just do this. Oops. So it's 20 times 144, which is this. Sorry. Plus 11 girls, right? 11 here. So it's nearly 3,000 profiles. Okay, so we're gonna do something here. Just a second. And we will see the actual percentage. So this would be our unknown variable, and there's 202,881, and this would account for the 100% of profiles here available. So very easy, we just multiply 234 times 100 divided in this number. So we get roughly 8%. This would be our percentage. If you see here, there's actually an 8% of the total pool of girls they have. So where's my chat window? Live chat, oh yeah. Right here, 8%. And what we got here is, let me count again with you. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 24 girls with this one, okay? 24 girls, which would account, 24 is our variable. Our total is 8% of 34, so 34 would be the total of girls online. So at this given moment, oh sorry, there's 100 here. 2, 4, divided into 2, 3. So it was pretty easy here. Even without a calculator, you could have seen that it was about a percent. So out of the total, which is nearly 3,000 girls, we have 8% of these girls online. And out of those, we have a 10%. So, I mean, it's not like an excessive amount. If I say 65, 60%, 65% of all the girls that are online, which is this quantity right here, then that would be a little bit suspicious. So, I mean, there's the numbers. You take of it what you want. because according to amount, or comparing the numbers here, we would see that it's not a really high number, as opposed to the site being, for example, or the site having like 1,000 profiles in total. For example, if this was 100%, you had 750 girls online, which would be 75%, right? So if out of those 750 girls online, you'd have 600 chat requests or something like that, then I would say this is definitely a scam. But with these numbers here in perspective, we have a 10% out of an 8%. So it's still really, really low. I mean, if you wanted to debunk that this site was a scam and go by the numbers, this would be pretty convincing, don't you think? But if you look at from another perspective, for example, if I say here, I found some really raunchy or explicit messages, for example. Oh my God, he changed it. So, for example, this girl, Paulina27, she is pretty hardcore with her messages. She uses a lot of innuendo and things like that to draw your attention, but I don't know if I started chatting with her what the outcome would be. So I don't know, maybe you're competing so hard to get your attention that they want to use these types of provocations. So I also saw another one that was quite explicit. Let's see here. Let me get it for you. Okay, now this one, she says that if I'd like to see her taking a shower, for example. There's another one. What kind of decent woman would be actually offering such indecent proposals? So even more so in a dating website that is supposed to get you a wife. So this is pretty much a no-go. If you wanna find a bride here, and you find someone like this asking these types of questions, then you would get really, really suspicious about the whole ordeal here. So there was another one as well. Let me see if I can find it. This one's still a little bit PG. Do like my slim and hot body shapes, and still goes under PG. But I found another one. I don't know if it's still here. Oh, now look at this one. I have a cute kitty on my cam. Want to see how I play with her? So there's another one. There you have it. This is quite good. I mean, it's quite a good idea for you to take the innuendo out of the whole message. But there's others that I've seen here as well that are a lot more explicit. So Let's see here. Now, now look at this one. So there you have it. I mean, you want to squeeze my buttocks? I'm very excited now. So I mean, this could come from a 36-year-old. I mean, she's been divorced. She's had, for example, she has children and everything. I mean, you could expect it, but still, at a later stage, at least, chatting a couple times. I don't know. What do you say? But in my opinion, if you're starting a conversation or something with a stranger, you don't come off with these types of messages. So, given the nature of the whole website, which is supposed to find you a bride, I don't think it's the best approach for a woman if they want to be taken seriously. So, I also heard stories about guys here. I mean, I don't know if it was this documentary here about the guys going to Ukraine to find wives. So some of these guys you see here dancing, like this guy, for example, this is a veteran already going to the Ukraine several times. He admits that he's been there to find new excitement and stuff. So they get like an addiction. This guy is addicted to those romance tours. I don't know if this was from AFA, this social, they call it social. So I mean, some of these old folks have been there like 10, 15 times. They go there to find their wife, then they get hooked up. But as you can see, there's literally hundreds of women at the social, so these guys may even lose their head at such abundance that is not present in their home country. So let me see if I can find the scene. There's a scene where they're talking to a taxi driver here on the street. I think I went too ahead. Yeah, I think it's too ahead. Let's go back. Sometimes you get mixed with different documentaries out there about Ukrainian wives, mail order brides. Let's see here. Well, I don't think this is the one. No, I don't think this was the one I saw. Let me see here. Alright, so never mind. I think I lost the documentary about Russian wives where they had a scene in which there's like a taxi driver that he specializes in taking the bachelors to these socials and taking them to places. And there he says that some of the girls are there because they want to see what they get out of it not necessarily find a partner, but pretty much just see if they can get the guys to take him shopping, and basically pro daters is what they have. And he says that there's also girls or men that have been there like half dozen times or more, and they're professional grooms. So they like the excitement. They like the novelty of going there each time and finding new prospects, and not getting not getting married to anyone. So I mean, there's deceit in both sides. So as humanity, I think that's pretty much a problem of humanity, not really of where you're from, and how you look. So it doesn't matter. You can be from the Fiji Islands and still take on the behaviors and the bad things from other parts of the world. So I mean, there's no guarantee. Not with any of these girls. Not with girls back in your country or anywhere, pretty much. So there you have it. I mean, that's what I wanted to show you about the chat here, the percentages, and if it's actually real what they're showing here. There's another thing that I wanted to point out, and it's that not all girls have a webcam. So this makes it a little bit harder for you to spot the scammers. Now you see this girl, there's no camera option anymore. I mean, I can share my cam here, of course, but if we check here, there's nothing. Seems there's a little bit more girls on this side right now. Look, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 20 now. There's 20 on this side. What happened? I mean, you see, when I clicked, the camera option disappeared automatically, so I don't know what's going on here. There's still 20 on this side. What's going on? Yeah, none of them have webcams. So even though it says here that on the website, let's go back, it says, for example, that wasn't it, it's this one. So it says video dating, and that they have video option as well, but when you find a girl you like, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, 16 girls, 16, 18. Are all these girls online? That's the question. So let's do the math again. Let's do our math. 20 times 17 plus 3. 343. I mean, right now we would have 134. 44, sorry. That's the total amount. And chat requests, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7. So out of 2,891, is going to be the variable now, and so it's not much of a difference, roughly 12%, and we just got like 2, 4, 7, 8 girls chatting me up. 8 girls. X 44 is the total. We're gonna do the math again. See what we get here. So it's just 2%. There's nothing too alarming here, but as you can see, the girls are going online more. More and more girls each minute are getting online. No, sorry. Okay, so there you have it. That's my analysis. That concludes my analysis on the percentages and other topics in regards to this dating platform. So give us your comments down below so we can start a discussion or maybe give answers. Or for example, if you have any doubts that we may answer, then feel free to contact us and we'll do our best to give you advice. So see you on the next one, and thanks for listening.